We are glad to be joined by Kenny Perry of the Texas Tech football team. KP, how we doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great. I can't complain one bit. This is obviously for the last 34 years of my life. I look forward to this time of year. Exciting. I can't wait to get started every year. So this is just another year under my belt.
Now, Coach McGuire always talks about coaching with his best friend. Is it reciprocated, or is it just a one-sided friendship there?
It's one-sided. That's the way he thinks. I don't think the same way. No, that dude, we've had a lot of fun together. It's obviously, not very many. I tell everybody all the time, it's, people say, oh, don't work with your friends. Man, it's been awesome for him and I because we're too competitive,
Yeah.
So we yell at each other. We do everything that we have to but our main focus, obviously coaching is to win for our fans and our players.
You asked. That was a question I was going to ask. As best friends, how much do y'all get into it? I mean, because me and my best friend, we will yell at each other, we'll dog cuss each other, and but you guys are on the sideline.
We've been yelling and cussing each other for 24 years, so it ain't like it's something new that just started like last week. So
yeah, I think I remember a moment that got caught on TV on the sideline last year that people kind of blew up.
Yeah, no, honestly, I wasn't proud of that. I mean, that's not something that he's the head coach at the end of the day, and I'm going to do what he wants to do. I just think it's we both want to win. I mean, I think everybody that's part of it. Best friends, not friends, whatever it is, we want to win, and situations happen. It's just like in families. It's one thing we always talk about in this profession. Yep. Families argue and fight, and
absolutely,
you hug and make up and move on. That's me and him we've moved on quite a bit.
Y'all moved on with a lot of new this year, a lot of new players, a lot of new faces. A little bit different this approach. Y'all hit the transfer portal pretty hard this season, but the talent speaks for itself. What should fans expect to see at the Joneses this year?
I think that across the board, I think in the years past, it always felt like for me as a coach that, I had my fingers, in trying to plug different holes, and then another leak would spring, and you'd have to try to plug that. The good thing this year is I think you don't have to worry about that. You're going to have to. We got guys. If someone's hurt, there's going to be another guy to replace them with. That's pretty close to as good.
Yeah.
So let's break it down here. I'm going to ask this Chuck Hines questions here. He's not on the show. You weren't on the show with him this morning, but Chuck's always asked about the kickers and the punters. So we've got an NIL kicker. Yeah. So let's just tell them what's the punter and kicker game looking like this fall.
We've been blessed, honestly. I think since I've been here, we've won games with our specialist, and we've been we've had probably one of the best punters in the Big 12 history. And the kickers we've had have really come through for us. And I think, the thing that's tough out here is anytime, those guys get here, it's no different. Those guys struggle when the first of the year. So we put a lot of pressure on them. They know that we're not going backwards in how I train these guys. I tell them, I'm gonna mentally challenge them every day. Sure. Coach does that in practice. So, I think they're going to, Upton obviously he's kicked in a lot of football games. And, last year he was one of the best in the country.
Right.
Jack has got to get better this year. He was kind of transitioned from rugby to traditional, and he was a weapon. After about the fourth game, he calmed down. He got used to playing here. So I think he's going to be, really a lot better. Where the punter, you're looking at probably 3 to 4 yards better a punt was what you want. You know. And then our snappers are both really good. I think Rylan Vagana is good, and Jason Llewellyn, you can see him snapping at the next level. So we've got all the, and then we went out and signed, Ian from Arizona State, which he kicked in a lot of games last year. Yeah. So we needed him though, just because we had one punter. Barron can punt, so we didn't want to have to use Barron either. But he's,
right.
I could kick Barron too. He's that athletic. So we've got the the tools there. It's just. Once again, you're going to go through these. I think these guys are going to go through some growing pains early, but at the end of when it's all said and done, I think we'll look back on it and go, these guys are just what we thought there would be.
Now, this time last year, you were sitting here telling us that you didn't know if you had anybody that could make a kick, and then what would we have 2 missed field goals the whole year last year?
We've done it every year. I kind of downplay everything, but we did. We had 2 guys that I said, hey, I'm one of those guys they got to win it, you know, and both those guys were right at 88, 89% going into after fall camp. So, hey, I just told them when somebody misses, the other one takes advantage, and that's exactly what happened with Gino. And Gino got hot, and Reese had a lot of good kicks too. Reese was a heck of a kickoff guy for us.
Yeah.
So we got Stone Harrington this year.
Right.
That after Reese got hurt, Stone filled in, and I think you'll turn around and see Stone leading the country in touchbacks. To be honest with you,
we're talking with Kenny Perry here. Kenny, tell us one guy that you don't think enough people are talking about right now.
What if I give you two?
How about that?
Well, I think you guys, what Jacoby Williams was last year as he was a spot running back because we had Taj and, him and Cam shared time, Dickey. I think when I put him back there full throttle return, you're going to see one of the most electric players in the country.
We got to see that some last year.
Yeah, he is electric. And, there's so many times where he was so close.
Yeah.
But, we've been training him to return punts also. So I think the more that we can get the ball in his hands, you're going to see a very electric player.
Okay.
And then, the guy that I just love, kind of John Curry is one of those dudes for me that every special team, that dude's solid. I think he's going to play probably a bigger role on defense, but he's still going to play a huge role for me. So I like where he's at. And there's other guys, but I'm just telling you those two guys, from the four core with John, and then from the exciting element of what Jacoby can do on every play. I'm really excited to see what he does. And then we got Micah back. Micah's been this summer he's done a good job returning catching balls, returning kicks. So we're going to put him back there some too because he did it last year. I wish we could have used him. This year, he's ready to go. So once we get him fired up, I think there's going to be others, but those two definitely can do something with the ball in their hands.
That's such a different situation. That everything's different with the transfer portal and Micah Hudson and his return. I obviously everything has to be pretty mended there to have him back. But what's it like what's he like back in the locker room?
Once again, he's here again. He's earning kind of what he's kind of back into earning his role, and from what he showed me, I've been here all summer. He's been working. I think he's no different than anybody else. That's the one thing about this team. I think what Coach McGuire does is, whatever, we're going to play the guys. I mean, That's the thing that's going to be different. You're going to have guys that are going to be banged up, but that the Wally Pipp story comes to play every year. And I'm one of my first or second days in camp, I'll let everybody know who Wally Pipp was. And guess what? You got guys that if you get hurt, you get banged up, you're not practicing. There's going to be someone take someone's job out here, and it's just the way it is.
Yeah, no doubt. Visiting with Kenny Perry. All right, Kitty, tell us something about Coach McGuire being his best friend that people may not know that would surprise them. That he's okay with you sharing.
Well, he's actually a cigar connoisseur.
Okay.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't know.
Yeah, if, like for me, I can say, hey, let's go out and grab a beer or something like that. Or if I'll call him, it could be, 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And he'll say, hey, I'm still in my pajamas smoking a cigar. So I'm just telling you, that's his kind of his vice, just to kind of relax. But he's gotten really, he's gotten good with the cigars. His cigar game's pretty impressive.
I got something for him here.
Yeah, that's good. But that's what his deal is. And I think everybody has something.
That's cool.
But yeah, he's got a cigar vice and his PJs. I couldn't tell you exactly. I don't go over and look to see what PJs he's wearing, but he does like a good pair of pajamas and smoking cigars.
That sounds like a Mike Leach type of story there.
There's some similarities.
Yeah, the cigar thing, that's the pajama thing.
Yeah, that's what he's not only relaxed, he's totally relaxed.
Yeah, evidently.
All right, I know you have the company line of whatever the next game on the schedule is, but you actually have one circled that you're looking forward to the most this year.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, you guys know me. I kind of say what's on my sleeve.
Yeah, you do.
Oklahoma State and Kansas State have pretty much owned us, just to be honest.
Yeah.
And so last year I told those guys, you know what? We got another chance to get one of those demons off of us, which we did in Oklahoma State. So I'm going to go ahead and say Kansas State. They've found a way to big boy us. They push us around. And I think that this program is, in year 4, we've got to that point where now we're able to play people on the road and not care who we're playing. So I'm kind of excited about that one.
As a long-time Red Raider fan, I would have no problem with you going up there and just
it'd be nice
showing them what for in Manhattan this year.
Yep.
We've got the team to do it.
Yeah.
Agreed. Well, Coach, great stuff as usual. Can't wait till the season starts.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate what y'all do for us.
No doubt. That's Kenny Perry of the Texas Tech football team. We'll